He was a very, what should I call him? He was a man who liked exercise, And so on the day that we took him to the hospital, on the day that he fell down from the one of the gym thing.
Okay.
Yes. So I wasn't there, but I just thought he liked exercise, physical exercise.
Okay.
Every day he must do exercise. Every day he would have when he woke up, he would have this would change into his what would you call that? That's white shorts.
Okay.
Shorts, white shorts.
Okay.
Not so much. Tennis. And when you would go to we have a gym
In the house.
in the house. Yes,
Okay.
we would go there first thing. But to that day, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
I remember vividly from that time. I don't think I missed it. Usually I've got him before he went, but this time he came up to say he was going downstairs. Nothing was wrong with him. He had gone the day before. He was in his office. It wasn't as if he was ill or something, and was just having his normal day-to-day exercise. He was fit. So he came upstairs to see that he was going down. I said, "Go now. Don't take too long. Don't take too long." Well, to me, seems as if he always took too long. So I said, and I told him, I said myself, I told him, don't be too long. So I said, what is going on? We have a small office in the house,
Okay.
and sometimes the secretary
Okay.
would be there to do some work before the start of the day.
Okay.
So I said, he must have stopped at the secretary's office. So I just said, let me go down to tell him that why you've kept too long. And so I found him on the floor. I said, what's going on? I opened the door. I said, Daddy, what's the problem? He could not talk, but he opened his eyes. I said, what happened? He was lying down he must have finished. To me, it seemed as if he had finished the program for that day.
Okay.
The exercise. So I said, okay. Oh yeah, raise your hand. Raise this left hand up. He couldn't raise it. I said, okay. He had his eyes open. He wasn't unconscious. So I said, raise the right arm. And he raised it, and I said, that's good. That's good, and he put it down. So I said, try to raise the other one. He could not, and he couldn't talk. So what is this? So I asked somebody to go and call me my son. So I said, look at that job. He had been doing this exercise years old. He wasn't a novice, so I had known him that exercise. I had known him for years, maybe even before we met. So I said, come bring a pillow so I could raise his head up. And that he did not have any external injuries at all. So he didn't have injuries. because I said, okay, let us get the driver. So I talked to him. He knocked his head. Just get it. We have to go to the hospital because I cannot manage this. So we got the driver and we got into the, and one of the drivers he sat with us in the car, and the driver tried to raise his hand. He did something like this to the driver, not the driver. It wasn't the driver. It was the driver. My son was sitting in the front. The driver was sitting by me at the back with me because I was holding him. And he opened his eyes. I talked to him. You know what he said. So I said, let us go. So we went to what's this road? That road, we grew up in that road. So we took him there and they did all the exercise and everything. I was there. I was there on that. So I said, what are you going to do now? I did not think he was going. It never even occurred to me that perhaps he might have said that I brought that off my mind, even though he wasn't talking to me. So they put him on the stretcher. They took him to for the medical examination and sort of treatment, and so he was lying on what do you call this? Stretcher. But I was there. My son too was there, and somebody else was there, and we carried him to the hospital on that stretcher. When we got to the hospital, there were other people in that ward. He was there on the ward. And I spoke to him. And he was wide awake. I spoke to him and he nodded his head. So I said, okay. So the doctor came to me to say that the situation is this and that. I said, I refuse that in Jesus' name. Let us move on. I said, I refuse. I said, the injuries, this and that. I was a fit man, because he never smoked, he never drank, he never ate outside his house, his house, never, and he did not join any of these so-called social
clubs.
Never. Like Showman was social Island Club or that big one. He never. They tried to get him there, but he refused. He never followed. He was not a member of any social Yoruba or whoever thing in the. He was just focused on his work and his family. Number one. As for ourselves. So when we got there now, I spoke to him and he answered. So I said, look, maybe these people, they must be wrong. So anyway, they admitted him and they brought one of their specialists to come and check on that and they didn't tell me. So he was there. And they put all these gadgets, oxygen and all sorts of things. And at a point, I said, they had already put some guards so that he would not fall from the bed. Let me just, maybe this one, maybe I tell you later on.
Okay.
The place that, what do you call it, the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
I grew up in that hospital.
Around that hospital.
I wasn't. My father was there. I was in secondary school. My father was there. My father was a headmaster and was on. And when we got there, I said, this room, could it have been one of our rooms there? In that hospital, I was thinking. I said, anyway, nothing will happen, sha. So when we put all these things, he had not even gone into coma or anything. He said he wanted to go. He said it. He said he wanted to go to the toilet. Only they won't allow you. Because so they've put this around you. And they did not want you to fall over. And I said, I'll call the nurses to bring you the necessary thing. Stopped. Few minutes later, or maybe 30, he said he wanted to go to the toilet. So I told him, he said, but doctor, you can't go to the hospital in a stage that he is, you can't go. So I said, okay. So they brought a specialist. What was that one man? I've forgotten his name. But I remember it's a Dr. Roberts. Sorry.
Okay.
He was
Dr. Shea Roberts.
Actually, Roberts he came. And, and many of them, they came round, they talked. I wasn't listening to them because I was saying, nothing will happen. I never knew he would go. I never knew. First day, we did all the tests. Second day, they did all the tests. Third, fourth day, we went into coma and we could not get a change. One of his children came from England when she came, the last one, we were very close. So he said, he was there, Daddy, it is well, this and that. And the other one too came from England, that it is well. I said, it is well. I said, it will be well. By which time they've put him on all sorts of gadgets. I said, maybe I don't know what I'm saying. What's happening? This was on the 25th of March that he fell from one of the what do you call those things in the gym?
Okay.
Perhaps he was holding one.
Okay.
He must have been holding something when maybe one. I don't know. I don't know what it was. So we were going there. My daughter came from England. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Let me ask Yabo. Let me ask. Okay. So I stayed. Of course, I stayed there, watching him and doing that. And everything. All the necessary things they had to do for him, they did it. It's not as if they would not neglect him.
Yes.
I am a doctor.
Okay.
My daughter is a doctor. And I'm not just starting to be a doctor. I've been a doctor for many years. And these people are the doctors are well known to me. Although younger than me, but they are well known to me. So I said, maybe we will manage to go home to freshen up and retain still. And the thing was, I did not like the sound I was hearing from one of the gadgets. So I called them and said, look, what's happening there? I said, it's all right, Dr. Douglas. Okay. So I should go. So that was 2 days. He was able to say what he wanted. So, but the third day he could not talk again. The fourth day was the day. So when I said, what is the meaning of this? What is going on? I said, what is this? So, of course, how could one sleep very well? We are going from the hospital to the house, getting the specialist to come and review his condition and nothing like that. So one of my husband's nieces that was living with us. I wasn't sleeping properly, and it just spoke of said, it was okay. My tummy is speaking. I said, don't add yourself to this. Look at what we did. And then she started crying. What is going on? I think they had told her that she had passed. So that was how it happened. It wasn't a pleasant thing.
How did you feel now?
Huh?
How did you feel immediately you heard the news?
With the news?
Yes, ma'am.
I could not believe, of course. I said, no, I will not accept. Till tomorrow, I never passed out. I never passed on that road.
St. Nicholas.
St. Nicholas Road, up till tomorrow. Because the thing was too much for me. You know, I never passed through. Even if I wanted something from the doctor, recently, doctor has said, I want to come and see you, but I cannot see you in that hospital. The hospital, you know, I knew the place. I went to school from one of the houses there, or one of my father's house. I was going to hospital I was in Methodist Girls' School. I was going from there to my school and back. And it didn't occur to me that, well, of course it would not. So as I was telling you, I said, up till now. So one day I wanted to see the doctor, one of the doctors. No, it had nothing. No, now. I'm talking about present time.
Okay.
Maybe 1 month ago, I said I wanted him to do some tests for me and so on and so forth. And I said, but I'm not going to come to your hospital. He said, you don't understand. And I'm not going to come to that branch. I said, we have another branch somewhere. I said, I don't mind that all. But to come here, you know, up to tomorrow.
Why, ma'am?
The thing was too much. The trauma was too much for me. Only God can remove it. Because the picture of the whole thing was so glaring to me. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if I were to pass that, I don't know about my children, but with me, to my hand. So I said, Doctor, I want to see you. I want to ask you some medical questions. He said, okay. I said, I'm not coming to St. Nicholas there. He said, we have a branch in Nevia. I said, that's fine. I'll come to your, I will come to your branch there.
Okay.
But I'm not going to. You said, why? You said, why did I?
Yes, I said, why didn't you want to go to the main branch?
Because the picture came to me and it was too much for me. Not because I didn't want to pass that road.
That road again.
I did not want to carry that. Even the road that I grew up a little bit. You know, I couldn't. I'm talking about now.
Okay, ma'am.
Something that happened that has
6 years ago.
After 6 years, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I should have got over it. And when I told my children, they did not say, Mommy, go. If anybody wants to go, you can. I mean, the place is well known, near King's College.
Yes.
Do you know this hospital?
I know.
Yeah. So it's a place that they can pass. But it was too much for me. because I would, the whole picture would come to
Come
me.
back again.
That was why. It wasn't that as I felt they were negligent. They were not.
Okay.
He was such a wonderful father. He was a wonderful husband. Even though I had known him for a year, I knew him when we were in schools,
Okay.
secondary schools together. I missed him, and not only me, my children, my grandchildren, they miss him. But I miss him because there are certain things that I cannot, not that I cannot do. It was like a little part of me went, but it's wrong for me to think that way. I'm going to ask God to forgive me if it's a sin. Somehow I miss him. The children are still, the younger ones, they say, when is daddy coming back? I said it won't be too long. He will come back. When with grandpa, their grandpa, the older ones understood. But the younger, the grandchildren, when is daddy coming? When is grandpa coming back? Because, he was a wonderful people that I don't know. He was, as I said, a good. Everyone. I've written some of these things in my
your book.
but I have not put this particular one.
Okay.
I told you
Okay.
that I still can't get to passing across the not across that road.
The road. Okay.
So when I told my guy, I said, look, I cannot come there. He said, Auntie, I understand. Come to the other one. I said, Father. And I didn't say, if you refuse that, of course, other hospitals are there. That won't. He was a wonderful father. Number one. We never traveled without the children on holidays. Even when the youngest one was about 3 months, we took him by air. We took him. No, it's her. He's the last born. He was God first, too. A God-fearing man. I must say that a God-fearing man that he would not, he cannot, what shall I say? He cannot he believed in Christ, and he cannot put anything above Christ in any part of his life. It's God first too, as far as he was concerned. I met him in 1952. But I miss him. I miss him every day. I miss him. Because, you see, we were so close. And I'm not blaming anybody.
Okay.
I mean, God has been so good to him. God has been so good to every one of us. But maybe it's the weakness in me that made me not be able to go. No, I can't. I said I can't. When he said, I see you in the hospital, I said, which hospital? He told me. I said, no, I'm not coming to that hospital. He said, I understand, but I understand. So that was that.
Mommy, how did you cope with Daddy's radicalism at that time?
We were going together. It is radicalism. I supported him now.
Okay.
Because somebody I had known when I was in my teenage.
Okay.
He was a teenager too. So we understood each other. It was like we were all, it was a bond like togetherness. If you do this, ask Mitchell, ask her. He would not travel without any of his children in the plane, until they were able to manage themselves. But the children, the youngest, but each time he would take them until, as I said, they were able to manage themselves. Maybe, you see, 4 months old. How could you travel with a 4-month-old baby with other brothers and sisters? We had. Yes, she was the sixth child we had. We lost one. So there were five.